Home ownership is one of the best time-proven methods for creating personal wealth, and West Tennessee Bank has a mortgage plan that will help you purchase the home of your dreams. West Tennessee Bank, a division of Decatur County Bank. We think you'll like us. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Okay, first item on the agenda are the minutes. Are there any corrections or amendments to the minutes? As presented, do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. All those in favor signify by aye. All opposed signify by no. Motion carried. Next item on the agenda are the count. No vote is required on counts. For information, if anybody has any question on the count, please give us the page and the number. Next item is delegations. Anybody here would like to address the board on any issue on the agenda or anything else concerning the city? Okay. Next item, it's okay with y'all, I'd like to pull item N up to, which is a consider approval of resolution becoming a broadband ready community. I'll ask our chamber director, Johnson, she'd come up and explain what this is about.
Hey, how are y'all? First of all, I want to just touch base real quick. The TVs that y'all have in here, those are 3-star last year, so the chamber did buy those as part of 3-star grant last year for the city, and this year we just got our grant contract back. It was approved, and we are getting Frisbee golf for Gene Record Park. So the budget on that is $7,500. The chamber pays for that. That is our gift to y'all. It falls under the wellness, the health and wellness pillar of the 3-star grant. The other half of that money is going to a website that we will be building that will encompass all of Chester County wellness. So I anticipate that Gene Record Park will have a tab. It'll talk about the links of your track, your walking, all the stuff that happens in Gene Record Park. We're also going to include on that website any mental illness, drug rehab, all of that. So it's going to be a landing page for Chester County wellness. And that falls under the wellness and health pillar as well of 3-star. So I just wanted to update y'all on that, what's going on. Hopefully I know we'll have that done within a year. Okay, so the reason I'm here tonight, a lot of y'all know last year that the Tennessee legislature passed the Tennessee Broadband Accessibility Act. It allowed deregulation and some money for electric co-ops to, I guess, investigate doing broadband. Co-ops tend to have experience with a low density population, and so that's why Henderson County did get a grant for that. But one of the things they did was create a broadband accessibility community. So it's a broadband ready community. It's nothing other than y'all passing a policy that says if a broadband company comes in like a NIS and needs an easement, y'all work with them. You're timely in your response. You don't charge crazy fees, all of those kind of things. Most of the communities are in East Tennessee. I don't know why West and Middle have not really picked up on it, but I have been working with, I was working with Mayor Seaton on it, so I will plan to work with the new administration as well for the county. But it's no money, it's nothing other than y'all are just being recognized as broadband community. The positive to it is if a provider comes in and wants to do something and they're going to apply for a grant, because part of the Tennessee Broadband Accessibility program is grant money from the state for providers, they'll get extra points on their grant because y'all are
Well, it's in your package.
Well,
It's
and I
just-
saw in section 3, it says, adopted an efficient streamlined policy for reviewing applications and issuing permits. I don't count the.
Well, the policy is pretty much set up in TCA, what you've got to do. So
Okay.
basically, you won't have that document per se. So
Okay.
basically, this just basically says you have a single point of contact, you know, and there's several steps to it that you've got to do, and that is our policy. That's simple. We try to make it
Seeing those
simple as we
things.
can.
Okay. And our point of contact, would that be our mayor, would that be you?
It'll probably be somebody in the city administration.
It would either the mayor or Brent, they want
Okay.
either one.
Okay.
We haven't really decided who that point of contact will be, it's just that we've got to set that point of contact, and that can be done by the mayor if he wants to take it, or he can appoint Brent to do that.
Those were my only little notes I had.
Yeah, I don't think it's anything that y'all don't do. Y'all respond within timely manner, 30 days. You don't charge crazy fees. It's not asking you to do anything that you're not already doing in efficient government, so. Any other questions?
If not, I'll make a motion that we adopt the resolution as presented before us tonight.
Have a motion to adopt the resolution on change of policy. Do I have a second?
Second.
Have a second. Is there any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor, I'm sorry, roll call vote.
Phelps?
Yes.
Mr. Barber?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Butler?
Yes.
Mr. Perry? Yes. Mr. Manning?
Yes.
All voted in favor.
Well, if he gets me that, I'll get it filed with the state, and I'll just keep y'all updated on where we are. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next item on the agenda is back to item D, consider the ordinance on the final reading adopting 2018 International Residential Code. Brent?
Yes, sir. Last month, we presented this to you, and basically the story is that the state requires us to be within 7 years of the current published code. So the 2018 is the newest available code that we have. Right now, we're into 2012 for all the commercial, plumbing, mechanical, everything commercial is 2012. So we're not required at this time to update that. But because we're in the 2009 on the residential code, we have to update. We're not within that 7-year period. So the recommendation that we made was to update to 2018 international residential with the exceptions and amendments that are noted here.
I apologize, but I wasn't at the last meeting, and I know this, talked about it on the roads. Was your next part, was there anything that just jumped off the page to you that is really different for residents that?
I think that the code changes slightly each code cycle because there's new products available, things are amended, some things are taken out, consolidated, but over the 18 years that I've been here, the code has changed very little. I guess the majority of it. Like I said, most of the changes deal with new products that are coming on. I guess the best way, new technology, trying to, new engineering, but I think there's nothing that would be just a complete about face or something that would catch anybody by surprise.
That was just my concern. I didn't want us to pass something without really knowing if we're going to then have a line of delegations to this completely changed my home and my plan.
But one thing with adopting this, that will give us the longest period of time that we can have. We
Without
can go
having to
9
change
years
it.
in this
Yeah.
code without having to change
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Oh, and I agree. I just wanted to make sure we thought about that. And you're the one that would spot that right off, so that's why I asked.
I think it is similar to what we have in place. Yes.
We need a motion.
What's the consideration of the board on the second reading?
Make a motion.
Go ahead.
I move that we approve the resolution to amend the code with the second reading.
Have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Have a second, any further discussion on it?
The ordinance that
Next item is item E, discuss and consider approval of bid received on paving of East Main Street. Jim?
Okay, item E in your packet. I'm sorry, I was ahead of myself here. Item E in your packet, and I also added 2 more pages to that information on your desk this morning. We got one bid in from Ford Construction Company, the only bidder. That is due to a couple reasons. One is a project this size, there's really only two companies in rural West Tennessee that'll bid on projects that are approved by the DOT for this type of project. Ford Construction and Delta Paving, which Delta is what used to be the big, or the only two big enough to do this type of job and have been approved by DOT. For one reason or another, Delta did not bid this project, so we only have one bidder. You see the bid tab on E2 compared to the engineer's estimate. It is higher than the engineer's estimate. It has been submitted to DDOT, but they have to approve the bid. They have concurred and approved the bid contingent upon y'all awarding. So the project is ready to move forward if y'all decide to move forward. The engineer feels that in light of all the projects that are going on currently in paving, this price is probably as good as we're going to get. We don't have time to rebid it and still have the project done this fall. That would push the project to spring. And I don't think anybody wants to do that, but there's another winter on these things. So I think the recommendation of the staff would be is to go ahead and move forward with this. On the page, E3 was copied from his emails. He did want to make it clear that this is a per unit bid pricing. So if for some reason the quantities run over, and as he gives the example there, if you actually are off by a quarter inch or eighth of an inch on paving on this long a stretch, it's going to drive the cost up because it's based on a per ton basis laid in place. So, with that being said, this is not a guaranteed price. This is a quantity price. It could run more depending. There could also be small change orders. We don't foresee any major change orders, but it could be small ones. The last page, E4, that I laid in front of you, on the back of that sheet, shows, he sent me the budget, so I compared his numbers, and I agreed with them. The bid construction cost, there's also the CEI, which is construction inspection fees, which is done by the engineering company, and the TDOT gets the fee. And then there are the funds coming back from STP, which are almost right at $400,000. If you look below, that's what we have budgeted. In the current year budget, we have a total of $700,000 for construction and a total of $400,000 worth of revenue coming from STP. So we're right on the numbers. So we're good as long as we come in with what the construction cost is. Any overruns, we're going to come with more money out of capital outlay or somewhere to pay for those. Or there could be some funds we transfer out of other paving line items we have in the budget for this project to get it done. So, if you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer.
You mentioned something about doing it tonight, or was that brought up?
We have not met with the construction company yet. That is an option for them. They have been restricted where they cannot pay during school going in time and school getting out time. So they can pay at night, or they can pay the rest of the time during the daylight. It will be their choice, and we'll know more about that once we have our pre-construction time. But we cannot have that. We have this meeting here, and y'all work the bid forward.
Their employees have been told this is a night job. I know that.
He has a contact with Ford Construction, so.
He said what?
Their employees have been told it's a night job.
Okay.
What I was gonna ask, and some of us were talking about it as we were getting ready to start, was we got fall break that runs from October 5th through 12th, or actually, that weekend. The question would be, could they
thing about it, the actual laying of the pavement is actually, one line item that's actually about $7.30 less per ton
Per ton.
than what the engineer's estimate was. So that's one good thing about it. It is one of the line items that's lower. But I think the milling is also higher than the estimate.
Yeah.
So,
So we're walking a tight
yes,
road.
we are walking up.
Milling's only for what, 2 blocks?
Yeah, the milling is mainly only between, White Avenue and Midland.
Okay. Pretty good. Ooh, on this.
There was some discussion about trying to scoot over and do some work on Hamlet at the same time since they were back. Is that's not in the project, is it?
I think they're having to redo the curb ramp in Hamlet because it doesn't meet handicap code that was laid there on the corner of Brown Coffin. But I don't remember anything else other than them relaying a curb in. They may pull up that, I think they pull up in there just a little bit for the paving, just the entrance, just back far enough to deal with that.
Nothing else?
But nothing else.
Okay, good.
And I think they're also doing barn sidewalk cuts, make them handicap accessible too as part of the project. Yeah, as part of this, we gotta make sure every crossing is ADA, meet the ADA requirement. I don't remember if there's any more, but we argued over some of them, but some of the ones that have been laid in recent years that they approved, now they're saying it doesn't meet the code.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly, I can't remember which ones were, which ones were, those I do know are not. But
Well,
they
it's
have-
gotta be done. I mean, all this project's gotta be done. We just gotta try to, we're at their mercy, it sounds like, when they've got a window of opportunity to do it. It may be not, or it sounds like it will be.
I'd make a motion that we go ahead and accept the bid for construction and move forward with the paving project.
Have a motion to accept the bid and move forward. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, signify by no. Motion carried. Next item on the agenda is consider bids receiving the pressure washing City Hall. Jim.
We have been discussing for your half, something like that, getting City Hall's pressure wash to clean up the mold and mildew as you look outside, you can tell. And we've been having trouble finding a company to do that, that has the proper license and insurance. I recently came across 3 names from 3 different people that gave me a potential person to do this. We sent packets to each one of them, you see basically what was sent to them in this bid sheet here, and basically what they had to have to bid it. Mainly 2 things we were interested in were the liability insurance and also workman's comp. One of those gentlemen contacted me back, he had liability but not workman's comp. And I didn't feel comfortable putting a guy 3 stories on the lift without them being covered by workman's comp. If something happens, they're gonna be coming back on the city. This gentleman here that did bid is our only bid. He does have, because he runs also a termite pest control company, he has all the coverage for his company, and they have to operate under the same umbrella. So he does have all the insurance coverages. His bid is $5,800. He comes with good references, and I think it would be a wise move to accept this bid. I think we got a quote about a year ago, and it was close to $8,000 that we had a quote. And I'm not sure he had all the insurance. So I think based on what I found and the people, and I've talked to C&T, I thought, hey, we're trying to find somebody, I talked to multiple people, and I've just had trouble finding somebody, and they all said the same thing. Well, I can find somebody as long as I don't, as long as I cover with their insurance.
Yeah.
Is what they were saying.
Did the references say he did a good
Yes,
job,
the
cleaned up after himself?
Yes, yes. And I've met him, and he's, evaluated the building, we've talked about the details, he seems to be very knowledgeable of what he's gonna do, and I feel pretty comfortable with it. You never know for certain, but I feel pretty comfortable with him doing this good job.
Well, I think we need to move forward with it. Do we have any, authority, or can we manage his time about when to do it?
We have discussed as far as having to leave the drive-through window open during work hours and also the front of the building.
Yeah.
But other than that, he says he'll be doing a lot of evening work, and a lot of Saturday and Sunday work.
I wonder if we could get it before the barbecue festival.
I doubt it, but we'll check with him and see if we could.
Okay, I just thought, there's so many visitors.
I know we've got West Star coming in next week, I know we can't get it done by then, but we may actually get him before barbecue festival.
That'd be good. So,
I'll call him in the morning, to try to get him on schedule.
get on his calendar, yeah. Okay. So you need a motion for this, or,
Yes, ma'am.
so moved?
So the motion approved the bid for the pressure washing City Hall. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed signify by no. Motion carried. Next item on the agenda is item G, consider request to restructure police department command staff with small salary changes. Chief?
The way it is, I got to looking when I got ready to promote an assistant chief, and the way it was gonna be with the current pay scale that the city has, a topped out sergeant to go in as assistant chief would take a $703 a year cut in pay. So we need to adjust that. I did a little spreadsheet there for you and fixed it so we can build a promotion form for money. Also, at that time, I'd like to go ahead and reconstruct the police department a little bit. I've got 4 sergeants. I'd like to just have 3 sergeants and move one of those to captain, who'll do all the administrative work that they have been doing, so I can put them on the street. And I want to pay our investigators to be an investigator. That's what I'm asking.
Investigators will be paid the same as sergeants, correct?
Right, yes.
And as we talked, we're talking the whole thing is $1,300.
Right,
difference.
it wouldn't affect the budget at all.
Right, right.
I don't see the problem with it, they run the department, once it adjusts the budget, I'll make the motion to approve the request.
Motion to approve the request for restructure. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Is there any discussion on the motion? This is a change in the thing, it's more than a resolution, so we'll need a roll call.
Yeah, the pay raises are set by resolution each year, so in order to be clear, and especially when you're dealing with salaries, the auditors always check everything to make sure the authority was given by the board. So this is a resolution amending the pay scale that got passed by resolution a couple months ago.
We'll need a roll call, please.
Alderman Phelps?
Yes.
Alderman Barber?
Yes.
Alderman Smith?
Yes.
Alderwoman?
Yes.
Alderman Ferris?
Yes.
Alderman Mays?
Yes.
All voted in favor.
I will say that at budget time, we really need to relook at this again,
Yeah.
and maybe do some better realignment, because that's kind of little.
It's pretty crunchy right there.
When you're gonna give a man a raise, he's taking a pay cut, that don't look too good. So we need to adjust
Yeah,
on
we've
that.
had that same
We
conversation.
talked about that, we want to look at that.
And
I think Gary was trying to work between 2 numbers.
What he
He
had.
only had so much work room without having to reevaluate the whole thing.
That's not a very big spread,
The
really.
budget's been set already.
Yeah, he had to live within his numbers, so that's the
Right, and you
reason.
did a
I appreciate
fantastic
it.
job, I appreciate what you were doing, I really do.
So I think we did the same thing with department heads, we restructured that, we did the same thing with sergeants, just next budget meeting, that budget meeting, the next year's budget, we'll sit down and we restructure that. Next item on the agenda is item H, consider purchase of unmarked police vehicle on state contract. This vehicle is in the budget. Chief?
We asked for a police vehicle this year in our budget, we have 35,000 budgeted for a vehicle, and they have one on the line in Columbia that's ready to be picked up Tuesday if we approve it. It's $27,000. It's that leaves $7,600 to equip it. It'll be an unmarked vehicle, because that's what we shuffled some vehicles around. That's what we're really needing right now. So we can go and get it and avoid all this delay that we've passed.
And it's in the budget, and it leaves you 7,000 of what we.
And it won't take that problem to equip it.
Now, I know we talked in the past about some of them being patrol units, some of them being so-called service units. Is this going to qualify as a patrol unit if we wanted it to eventually be one?
It is a service vehicle, so it would be easy. All we have to do is put straps on it, the cage and camera and stuff, and put it on the street.
Well, I was thinking the size of the engine.
It's a V8, yes. So it's all-wheel drive V8.
Well, sorry, budget, I move that we go ahead and let the chief make this purchase.
We have a motion to approve the purchase of the vehicle. Do I have a second?
Second.
Have a second. Is there any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye. All opposed, signify by no. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is consider resolution authorizing the city to apply to the TML Food Safety Department. We do every year, Chief, what we're getting this year.
Okay. Each year, the TML pool, which is our insurance pool, offers a small grant. Normally, we qualify for anywhere between $3,000 and $4,000. A total is not sure where we fall because the bridge was just been released. So what we're wanting to do is apply for some more of these water field barricades. And we use to protect the employees. We also use them for events like the barbecue festival down here that closed off Main Street. There's a big orange barricade that we fill with water to protect traffic coming through. So we're asking to purchase, depending on the amount of grant we get, anywhere between 6 to 8 of these new barricades. We're going to apply for the grant. We have to pass the resolution to allow me to apply for the grant. We'll know in about a month or 60 days whether we get it. Then we'll make the purchase.
Just depending on how much money we get,
Yes,
how many we buy.
it's just the number that we buy. with the
I think
grant.
that's an excellent purchase, don't you? An excellent purchase. Good way to use that money.
Make a motion that we adopt the resolution to apply for the grant.
Have a motion to adopt the resolution, do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Any discussion on the resolution? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Bell? Yes. Martin?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Butler?
Yes.
Mr. Ferris?
Yes.
Mr. Manning?
Yeah.
All voted in favor.
Next item on the agenda is item J, consider approval of grant application for the TDEC recommended nutrient study of the city waste water lagoon. Darrell?
As I've told you before, whenever we went through the last permit renewals on the lagoons, we did get monitoring requirements for nitrogen and phosphorus. Typically, when they see the numbers that you accumulate during the permit cycle, you do get limits. TDEC approached me about possibly participating in the study. They got some grant money from EPA. TDEC is going to administer the grant, and it will not be, as I understand, any matching funds that the city of Henderson would be out. We would help do some work, help set up the pilot study and work with their contractor that actually gets the contract to do it. It's a consulting engineering firm out of Rhode Island that has been selected as the person to do the studies. They picked, I think it's like 6 places in the state of Tennessee, Henderson being one of those. This would, if Henderson, did get permit limits, and we had to go out and do a study ourselves to determine what the best way to meet those limits was, this study has a value of about $70,000. And so
And it's free for us. Is that
free for
what I'm
us.
hearing?
And it's been my experience in the past, if we can get in on the front end of all these things, then later on, they'll probably be requesting that utilities run testing and all this, and ours will have already been done. So I think it's a really good thing for us to participate in this and take advantage of this a grant application. As I understand it, TDEC already has the funds. The contractor has supposed to make an application for the grant funds. They did that through Southwest here locally, and so it'll be just a matter of going through that process, and hopefully we can get this started and get some value for our customers.
When would we know if we awarded?
I hadn't looked at the time schedule since the grant application just went in. I'm thinking it's going to be fairly quick.
I make a motion to approve the grant application.
So a motion to approve the grant application, do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second, any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next item on the agenda is item K, consider approval of expenditure of $8,000 to update instruments and equipment at the water plant. Darrell?
We have some aging chlorine analyzers that are there. We have 10,000 budgeted for equipment, and I'm just requesting to spend about 8,000 of that now, and looking at replacing one of the chlorine analyzers that we're having a lot of problems with, as well as one of the filter rated flow controllers. The actual controller itself in the consoles.
This was budgeted out of
We
it.
had budget.
I make a motion to approve the purchase.
Have a motion to approve the purchase, do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second, any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, signify by no. Motion carried. Next item is item L, consider approval of $1,200 foot gas extension on Ashley Cove.
Ashley Cove, there's a number of lots that are available out there. There's been some interest in the lots. They've been interested. There's like 6 potential customers on this cove already. It's about 1,200 feet. And, we want to go ahead and put gas in there, and it'll be part of the gas extensions that were budgeted in the budget. As you know, last month we did Roundtree, Matlock, and then we're actually doing, Wilson School Road has already been done by our crew. We're going to do Cones Road. And we're still running, we spent about, we had 150,000 budgeted. I've spent about 79,000 of that thus far, so we're still, running fairly good as far as the amount of monies we've budgeted versus what we're getting done. This is under that miscellaneous contract, just like the others were approved last month. It's out on Finger Road.
So since you've got the potential there for the customer, I would make a motion to approve the 1,200-foot gas extension to Ashley Cove.
A motion to approve the extension, have a second. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed signify by no. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is item M. Consider approval of purchase of approximately $8,000 of 2-inch gas pipe and materials. Darrell.
This is just purchase the material that we're using on these various line extension projects. And we've pretty much used the material that we had in stock, and this will be just to replenish stock and to finish out the amount of line improvements that we've got in there.
Make a motion, authorize the purchase.
Have a motion to approve the purchase. Do I have a second?
Second.
Have a second. Is any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye. All opposed signify no. Motion carries. Next item, this is one in. Next item, on other business, review state form number CT-0253, report of debt obligation related to the $1.7 million loan as required. Jim, explain what that's
The rules under the comptroller's office concerning the obligation pertaining to our debt has been approved by the board. We've passed resolutions, but we've got to present this form back to you to show it to you as far as that explains the overall cost, the rates, the different things related to it. Our final interest rate was what was exactly projected at 3.89% locked in for the 10-year loan. If you have any questions, and also it shows you the actual cost of issuance, $10,200 is the total cost of issuance for this loan to the bank due to the bond fund and legal fees. So if you have any questions, I don't need a motion. We just got to make sure it gets the minutes that y'all saw.
Next thing is, Jim and I talked about, and we want to bring up the board, and the board discuss it, is our GPS in our vehicles. It runs out in October. There's been discussion of discontinuing that, and so I'll let Jim go over what problems we've had and things we've done with it, and the department heads are here, they can discuss, they can say their feelings on it, but I think, because this contract runs out in October, and we need some guidance from the board where they want us to go.
Back about 3 years ago, we actually initially installed the GPS on the public works and utility vehicles. About 12 months later, we installed it on the police, fire, and I think everybody else. So pretty much every vehicle the city has that we use on a daily basis. There's a few odds and ends like the bucket truck, but other than that, we got a GPS unit on. The GPS units, like most GPS units, provide you a lot of information if you're willing to go look at it and use it. I'm not sure the system has been utilized by our city like we thought it might be initially. The cost for all these for citywide is about $12,000 a year. So it's not a cheap thing, but it's a tool that you can use or not use. There is a maintenance aspect that we have never set up to allow our shop and mechanics to utilize that. There has been some small issues with some of the units, but it's not been anything drastic that couldn't have been corrected if we were using them properly and had those resolved by the company. The company is very interested in making sure we're happy about it. He understands that we may be taking those out and stopping our agreement, and he will do everything he can, of course, to allow us to keep it. This is a state contract pricing. This is the same company that's been awarded the statewide contract, so, you know, it's not like we're in here with a strange company that's just doing it. They're based out of Memphis. They are fairly local. And I'll just leave it at that and let the department heads address it. I know at times we've had issues with units not being working, and nobody caring. And plus, then I'm not sure, as I say, we're utilizing the information that's provided. And let's face it, I don't look at it, the mayor doesn't look at it. Only ones that really know where their people need to be and why they're there are really the department heads. So they're the ones that really get the benefit out of it. And if they're not willing to use it or not wanting to use it, then maybe it's a cost we don't need to be spending. But that's not my decision, that's between y'all. Y'all the ones that asked for it to be put on. Y'all know our reasoning at the time. So the question is, do we want to continue to spend the money and encourage the use of it? Because I think we need to utilize it better if we're going to keep it and pay for it. Or is it time to take them off and not utilize it?
But, you know, the thing about it is, it's not being utilized, it's not being together, the data and information that it can give you. And it may be because department heads don't have time to utilize the system like it should be. There could be a lot of factors, but regardless of what we're doing, if they're not using it, it's not, we're not getting any cost benefit ratio of saving us any money. And there's no sense in us keeping it on board. I mean, that's the bottom line. I don't know if they're using it or not. You know, some of them may not even have it on their computers, number one. And number two, if they have, they probably haven't had any instruction or anything on how to use it.
Training needs to be much better.
You know, training needs to be there. And so there may be a lot of reasons why it hasn't been used. We just, it's our fault. We're the board that wanted it on there. And it may be our fault that we threw it out there and nobody ever said anything to anybody about it. Just kind of like throwing something out to let it go. So if they want, my theory on it, if they haven't been using it, they don't know what it is, they need to get rid of it and stop wasting that money. That's just me.
Part of the reason that I think we got it, of course it was stolen too, is a safety issue, and that was our biggest thing. So if we're not using it for that, then I don't want to do anything to compromise the safety of our employees and wherever they are and find them quickly. Of course, you can do a lot of that with your cell phone now, you know, tracking in your cell phone. So it might just be redundant to try to do it through this GPS system. I don't know, I'd like to hear what y'all think.
As far as the police department and efficiency, run the police department efficiency, I don't know anything about it because I was just explained to it a few weeks ago. But it doesn't matter if I've got a car in Magic Valley or in Co-op, if a disturbance goes out, they're both going. So it doesn't matter where they're at, and I don't have time to sit at my computer and look and see where they're at all now. So
There's 2 employees in my department. I know where I'm at. Trust where
That's
Quinn
good.
is.
That's very good. Well, you might use it.
I use it to look, a lot of times I have different people working different places before I go out to a job. A lot of times I look to see if they're there, or a lot of times I don't want to drive out to a job somewhere and they come back into the shop to pick up materials and things like that. I've looked to see if, you know, what time, you know, somebody may have made rounds at lagoons. We've had a couple of insurance claims where I've used it to go back and pull the history that you know, they called it to have a turn off, the truck out there at a certain time, turn on or whatever. And so I've used it a couple of times doing things like that. And then, you know, it's a lot of times I'll just go in and look at who's where, whatever, if I want to go out and visit jobs. And that way I know they're there on the job and know whether, you know, I won't waste a trip out to look at something that's going on that may have stopped for some other reason.
So it's somewhat useful for you then.
Somewhat useful.
Well, the reason we really got it the first time I talked about it was because we had some guys taking 2-hour breaks, for 2-hour lunch breaks, and where we could monitor them and keep up with them. I think that was the reason, one of the biggest reasons we talked about it in the first place.
Well, one of the original discussion was dealing with productivity. To make sure the employees were where they were at when they were supposed to be there, and the department heads could determine whether they were getting to job sites when they needed to, and got jobs done when they needed to get back, et cetera. So that was one of the discussions the board had originally. But, you know, I don't think it's officially done that because there's a lot of different reasons.
Yeah.
Lack of training, lack of access, lack of time. You know, a lot of these technology tools are great, but you have time to utilize them. We've never even had a computer that could be used by the mechanic at the shop to set up the maintenance aspect to know when cars needed oil changing, et cetera. But we either need to go in and fix all these problems if we're gonna keep it, or is it not worth it and if we're not gonna utilize it, go ahead and take them off and save the $12,000. Now, we don't have to have a decision tonight. We still got time. If we wanna sleep on it for 30 days, let the department head sleep on it, and then come back next month and make a decision.
Carter, have you ever utilized it any?
I use mine from, you know, mostly when I come in, you know, like early in the morning, I get on there and look like that, you know, most of the time.
I think Carter's computer has been having some problems the last few months about not being able to get access to it. And that's just something I haven't had time to sit down with him to work out, to be honest.
Okay.
So there's two problems there.
That's another thing too, that's the whole thing. You know, if you're not gonna utilize it, at least not wasting your time monkeying with it, but you got plenty to do otherwise. That's,
So
if
you
you're not
just
gonna
have, we have to
utilize it.
buy into it or get out of
Yeah,
it?
one of the two. And as I said, you know, y'all wanna sleep on it for 30 days, I don't have a problem with that, and the department heads can do the same, and then we can discuss it a little more.
When does that contract come back up?
October.
What
So we
day?
got
What day?
another month.
We just need to notify before the end of the contract.
Well, you know, we pay annually, but actually it's a month-to-month contract, so actually we can, you know, do it at any time, but I prefer to go in and give notice and cut it off
Okay.
before we owe them anymore. We have paid up for the entire year until the end of September.
If they'll think about it, give us some feedback, I'd appreciate it.
Okay.
And if you want it, that's fine, we just need to allocate some training.
You got assets coming out of the car because most of the time these guys not gonna be in the office.
They
They're
have to
parking
be on
is, but they're
computers,
working
they
the
get
parking
in the
car,
car.
so you don't have assets for them to look at either in the vehicle or something like that where you can park and actually try to figure out where someone is.
Of course, it is web-based, so anywhere you can get to the internet, you can actually access and log in. So,
Since the shop is not utilizing it, what would it take? We'd have to get a computer at the
basically,
shop.
all you're gonna need is a computer, and we're going to go back in, and the guy's willing to come down and get with Chad, set all the vehicles back up. See, it keeps up with mileage and everything, so you just set up your maintenance intervals, either by hours or by number of miles, and it will automatically send emails and texts to people that vehicle needs oil change or whatever maintenance it needs. But you gotta sit down and set up those intervals in each vehicle.
Most of those programs got a lot of functionality.
Yes.
If we utilize it.
It's got a lot of functionality, you know, driver's history, speeding, you know, idle times. It'll provide a wealth of knowledge. But
If you use it.
if you utilize the knowledge.
Yeah.
How do we now determine the maintenance on vehicles like patrol cars? They just have to
No,
know
each officer assign the car, and then they get their oil service in so many miles. How many miles was that?
5,000.
5,000. And then what they do, they bring a work order into the department, we scan it in, and so when we enter it, we look at the mileage to make sure that they're doing their 5,000.
But it's dependent upon the drivers have to
Yes.
I want to interject this in, not so much on this, but when we talk about the maintenance shop. We're getting to the point, how many vehicles we got, 70-something you figure?
Probably got about 75 vehicles.
We got 75 vehicles. We're going to have to do something. The maintenance shop guys are going to have to be able to schedule people just like you go into the else. We can't like, you know, when somebody comes rolling in and says, I need an oil change, and they're trying to fix the knuckle, then, you know, we kind of have to schedule these things a little better. Because that way, you know, if a patrol car needs an oil change, it could wait 2 days if they're trying to fix something out there. I think we just got to figure a better way to do that. So one is we're not having to sit and wait on something when we can schedule for a certain time to carry it out there and do it. And I think that's kind of what they're wanting to do now anyway, so we're going to have to do that anyway.
Did this work in that?
Yes.
He can schedule, what he can do is he can honestly go in and schedule, he can say Tim Crow's vehicle needs an oil change, and and he could reach out to Tim, and Tim could tell him, I can bring it into you this day, this time, this day, and it's done. And then they bring it in a time and date, so he's ready for it to come in. So, right now, it's kind of first coming to double, first served.
Well, regardless of whether we got this system or not, we're gonna have some kind of system.
We've got to have some kind of maintenance.
We would demand that we're gonna have some kind of type system, instead of just up here on a piece of paper, to provide people a deal when it's time to go. And for the price of this, it's working. If we utilize, it might be cheap enough, you won't have to find anything else.
We're also kind of lucky, we also got a guy that runs up the maintenance shop that's pretty tech savvy, that understands this, and I think he's looking to do this too. He's wanting to do this too, so he's motivated.
And to your point, you know, this is 12,000, I get it, but it has a lot of functionality.
Yes, it does.
That one system that's just for vehicle maintenance might be 10,000. So I'd much rather have the 12,000 and get all the functionality. So before we jump too fast, let's figure out.
Well, one thing that stood out to me is our two department heads that have most vehicles in the fleet are the ones that are using it.
Mm-hmm.
And we can get payback out of that if we put a system like this in place.
As Gary said, he had never even shown the system until about a month ago or less. I got him set up.
And with all the Brent's watching, I understand Brent had a hard time keeping with his too. So,
He did it for specific incidents.
Well, one thing too, I think Jim has used it a couple of times to clear people.
Yeah, we've had people call and say, your city truck gets so and so. And I was able to go to our system and pull it up, and says, I had no city truck anywhere in that area.
That's right.
And a lot of times we get blamed for things that happen in the county.
Yeah.
And I was clearly able to show that, you know, I got GPS on every one of our public works trucks, utility trucks. I had no vehicle because it's a pickup truck.
This here white truck with a symbol on it.
On the door,
So it's
they
automatic
just assume it's the city. And it used to be worse than now. Now with our city logos, it is a little easier to determine, but back before the city logo, the logos, unless you could read them, you couldn't tell the difference. But now at least the logos
So
are.
it does serve some purpose.
It does serve a purpose, yes it does.
And probably if we knew how to look at it, and operate it, and run reports, it could really do some great
And department heads may have people in their department other than just them that they need to have access. And that will be their determined, they can decide who that is. And that will be up to them, and we can give them access too. There's no limit to how many people we can have access. And we can control what each one of them sees, just individual departments, they can see it citywide, they can just see certain parts of the software. There's multiple ways we can set it up.
You got anything?
No, sir.
Garrett?
No, sir.
Garrett?
The only thing I have, we do have a knuckle boom, it's on the way in St. Jackson right now, and I talked to the salesman today, and he said it'll probably either be here Friday or either it'll be here Monday.
Jim? You got something?
I was gonna ask Carter, because I think last time you talked about Jim doing some kind of, I know it's hot weather now. Snow plow, are we any further along on that?
We're still having trouble getting specs to actually bid a snow plow. And so, I don't know what the turnaround would be, Carter, but, you know, we're going to get involved, we're going to get one ordered here by winter. But,
Okay.
We'll just have to check into that and figure out whether we can have bids back to you next month. And
I
actually
did get
it here.
bids on one today, and I was trying to get in touch with the other guy, I hadn't got in touch with him.
Okay.
And, I get that one, then we'll have.
We'll confirm that we can either get delivery by winter time, if we can't, we might as well wait till spring and order it then for next year. So,
Jim, you got anything? Diane, you got anything? Jerry?
no, sir.
Mary?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Bad mileage?
No, sir.
Don't think.
No.
It's that, now,
Well, I have one more thing. Congratulations to the people who got reelected. We're trying to set up oath of offices for the 31st, which is Friday. I sent y'all an email to see what time would be working, so y'all three get together and figure out what time. I talked to Judge Eddie, he said he would be here anytime, just let him know. So y'all can tell me what time to be here. We'll get those offices done on Friday the 31st.
We'll do those this year in this chapter.
Yeah, we'll do them in the church.
We'll confirm and get back with you.
Anybody else
else like to address the board or? This time I entertain a motion to adjourn.